today, the deck is all about bringing zombies back after they've used their ability, Pogo being obviously the biggest example of this, with Mixed Up Gravedigger, or with the Secret Agent, or with even Firefighter Zombie. We'll see how it goes. Now, I will say some of the character zombies in this deck are kind of weak for this gimmick, like the Pirate Smuggler, Loudmouth. I mean, it's like fine, but you know, having to use Brain Freeze is not the best class. I think if you only stuck to one of these gimmicks, you get a more powerful deck. But regardless, now we do. I don't know what I was gonna say. Forget-Me-Nuts is annoying, but we weren't gonna use tricks anyway. And to be honest, we don't really care about Forget-Me-Nuts because we don't do any crazy tricky plays. So I can either wait to Loudmouth it, or I can Monkey Smuggler. There's a lot of options, is what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean, once again, second video in the new setup, and it is just still very uncomfy. So I speak quietly. Now, it's not that it's unintelligible, but it's icky. I'll say that. It's icky. But besides that, I've been enjoying my time here in the land of the living. Yeah, we're going to a summer camp thing for orientation in a few, I think tomorrow? Yeah, not. So I don't know what my uploads will look like tomorrow. I might just skip it, though I think we're still in hotel rooms. I've been here before. So, you know, if I'm alone, I could record. And really all I need is my mic and my laptop, which I can bring. That's probably the worst of the two to be bounced. Maybe I panic used that, but we're fine. So, really, we want to use this bounce defensively. We're okay with this getting a hit, but if we can keep these two alive and then mug, big things are going to happen. Big things. Which it looks like we will not be able to keep it alive, but we will be able to disrupt him. And now, you know, you don't love just the Pogo and the Mixed Up Gravedigger. It's not insane value, but I think it's greed, gluttony, to try and keep this Pogo Bouncer for a turn. So we'll just do that. Cinema. Yeah, I'm trying to think of some funny college stories I've had so far. We were waiting in a big gym for convocation, which I didn't know was a thing, but it's just like graduation, but for the first day. And two girls came up to me and my roommate and tried to riz us up. We just had a conversation. I think riz us up is disingenuous because I don't know their true intentions. But they did come. There's like 7 lines in the room, and we were in parallel ones, and they just crossed lines. They got yelled at after a few minutes because they were trying to keep the lines very orderly, because I think they had counted numbers. Okay, also, wow. We've done no damage to his face. So I think... what do I do? I want to get this environment down, but I don't exactly have any good plays with it. So I might just go for the positive trade, and we can do the environment later. But yeah, one of them was from the same neighborhood as my roommate. Now we're both in-state, so it's not crazy. Like, if half the school's in-state, there's gonna be some. That's a higher concentration, so it's not crazy, but it is crazy. That was like the first person I had a good conversation with, and so yeah, this game's kind of lost because I'm not very locked because I have to think. You know, not only do I have to think about commentating, which I have to do always, but I have to also think about outside and think about the self-consciousness of talking to a camera. So my first thought was Pogo plus Loudmouth. Which I think I will continue with. But to be honest, I'm going to spoil this. This is kind of a lost game. This guy, the mixed nuts have just given him too much early tempo. Now I will say we can bounce that. And it's possible he runs out of steam. He only has 3, going to be 4 once we bounce cards. I mean, it's just a pure stat deck from him. Quite unfortunate. And I think we're going to give it to Loudmouth just so he can actually do damage to the mixed nuts, because I don't... The water chestnut's just a wall at this point. So yeah, I think after... I did also get more lighting. I have a lamp here. So, okay, we got a crazy setup. We got the window, we got the lights on above me, and then we got a reading lamp right above me that's providing, like, 4 headlight. Here, I'll turn them all... Let me... Before I get too invested... That's a pretty good, solid stat play. And then... He's gonna move that... But I just want to get the hunting grounds down. Maybe it's too late. Maybe it's a sunk cause trying to get those down. But so I'm going to turn off the reading light. So that kind of illuminates my forehead. And then I have this one, which is pointed, like, not directly at me. But I think without it, my face is much less illuminated. Okay, I did not think that one through. Because that just gets bounced. And I believe this is... It's not GG's, but we're close. So I did have this tilted, but that felt too bad. Like, I had a white side and then an orange side of me. So I'm going to point it, like, kind of parallel so that my face is not dark. But, now it's not the best lighting solution, but, it'll have to do, folks. But yeah, maybe I should have played a more broken deck so I could turn my brain off more to talk. But what are you gonna do? So I think... Because the scary thing is, if I block with this, they'll... Okay, here's what I'll do. That dies to the melon bolt. Why did I do that? I don't know. But sometimes it doesn't matter when the game is already lost. But if he plays something to try and move this out of the way of the melon bolt, it will get big. It will get 5-4. Destroy Gravestone, of course, lovely. Yeah, not great. That's GG's, folks. Yeah, I haven't explored the college amenities as much as I have, but I have been tracking something for a Banger Main channel video. How much free stuff can I get on college campus in a week? And the total is kind of crazy so far with a few big items. There's also some technicalities that, you know, I'm not sure if they count, but I don't think that should be too hard to make. I think I'm gonna rent a lapel mic from the library. I think I mentioned their catalog of tech you can rent, and then I'll bike out to a remote trail, because, you know, I'm in the mountains. I mean, I'm foothills. And then I can just read off a script in a very pretty location and, you know, edit in clips. I think it'll work very well. Yeah. So I think after I record this, I'm going to bike around, find my classes, and go find a nice chair to edit this in. I do also have a... Sorry, I'm looking at myself as I talk, and then I notice, oh, it's my turn in the game, and I don't know how long I've been waiting. But maybe it's very long, and if you're waiting, trying to look at the gameplay, I think it's this site, because my thing is mirrored. Maybe? I don't know. Comment down... Well, when I'm editing, I'll see if I'm right or not. And this is a beautiful extinction event. Now, he did already you know, conjure a lot of beanstalks, but we can't have all we want in this world. Now, I'm very concerned with this deck that I just am not going to be able to hit face. Oh, I guess the last element of my lighting was I had my PC behind me on a white screen, and given how I'm looking at my camera, I don't think it changed it that much, but whatever. So yeah. I think I will... I haven't had any too crazy stories happen to me yet, so I don't feel like I need to make a dedicated, like, story time. But maybe I will in the future. You know, part of a channel like this is you have to have life events to fuel things to talk about, or just fun stories. So, you know, the past 2 weeks where I was not getting out of the house at all, not only could I not record, but I also wasn't doing anything to talk about, which was really sad. But watch this. Cheese Cutter, Cyborg, Hunting Grounds, Cinema. Yeah, I've been meaning to use the amenities of the college more, like the rec center, but I haven't. Did I talk about my meal plan in a past video? If I did, then sorry, but I'm going to talk about it again. I initially signed up for the 14 swipe a week meal plan, which, if you do the math, is 2... sorry, let me... So we could actually do this to make him survive, but if we're going to mixed up Gravedigger next turn, I guess we aren't. No, but I want Hunting Grounds down. I need to get that down earlier in general. I think that might be part of the reason why this strategy is lacking. So now I could just mug, but I think what I'm going to do is Cheese Cutter Pogo. So hopefully the Cheese Cutter's pressure. You want to clog that lane, of course. And then I can bounce anything that's a threat, though I kind of need to bounce the Jelly Bean because otherwise it's going to grow. I think it's okay to let Cheese Cutter die. Goodbye. You served your purpose well. Oh, I could have flagged him. That's my bad. I was too locked in the game because I wasn't locked talking. Okay. So we get to choose if we want this. I don't think we want that to be an option, to be a lane for either of these two to go. So we're going to go Mug and then Smuggler. I think that'll be very good. Our Mug will now have Hunt. The other thing I think I need to test with my roommates is how soundproof that door is, because that... Did he just destroy Gravestone? That's so mean. That determines how much I should be self-conscious about recording. Hear a knock and you're like, is that me? Are they trying to knock at me? But I don't think they are. This is bad, because we don't want either of these to grow. Or we don't want to take that damage, or we don't want that to grow. But right now, we let Fate decide. Honestly, that's pretty good. That might have been the best option, and I wasn't even considering it. I let RNG take the wheel, and it paid off. But we are only on 9 HP. I would love another Mug. That would be very satisfactory. But we do have Loudmouth, so we can save something if we need. So, sorry, meal plan. So I had a 14 swipe plan with 2 meals a week. But then after I had done that, I checked I studied, and I saw that the 19 meal swipe a week was $75 more. Not 75 per week, 75 total. So over 12 weeks, that's like $5 a week for 5 extra meals. That's like paying $5 a week for breakfast. Because I was just gonna like eat a breakfast shake for breakfast, and that was gonna be my breakfast. But now I get breakfast. I ate an 1,000-calorie breakfast today. And I paid $75 for that. That's kind of fuego. Okay, freeze all plants. We're gonna save that for tricks, because that's part of the reason I was playing Brainstorm, because I thought, what are the most broken superpowers? And it's that. That is such a broken one. We'll do this. I don't love this Loudmouth now being on the field, because he's just 1 damage, throwing out jabs. They're not doing nothing. Okay, it's weak stuff. And he's gonna rock it. Great. But he thinks he's in a winning position here, when in reality, he is not, because I'm gonna freeze him. But he is he's bouncing on it, as the kids say. But we can freeze him. No matter. I don't know. I think the second hunting ground, 2 hunting grounds, is very valuable, because you get some crazy stuff going on there. Now we're both kind of out of steam. So, getting to... wait. Mud doesn't remove their buffs. I think we're going to do those 2. I don't know if I should have thrown this into the roulette, but I'm going to leave that there. So now they have 2 cards, and I don't know what they can do. Wait, do you want to see a fun game? If I move into the light, I'm going to get way more orange. Whoa. Whoop. We're good. Whoa. Whoop. That's a Dark Matter Dragon Fruit. I was goofing around, and I found out. This is really over for us. Immensely over. Some of the most over it's been. Now listen, sometimes you have to have some 0-2 days. They hurt, they're sad, but such is life. And to be honest, I wasn't playing my best, the deck isn't the best. It's not over though. Despite being on 1 HP, I will never concede. I guess. Maybe I should concede. But the only thing I will concede is that my enemy is lame. Lame, you hear? And he's gonna brain enemy. It's so over, chat. Thank you very much for watching another demure episode of Slightly Above Whispering Talking, and I will see you next time.